So today I'm going to tell you how to change your life in 3 months. Currently, it is the fourth quarter. When the fourth quarter usually comes around, it just be moving. Everybody's ready for Thanksgiving, everybody's ready for Christmas, everybody's ready for that new year, but it's people don't really stay locked in for those last 3 months. So that's what I really want to help y'all do. Make sure y'all are staying locked in, not only to finish off the year strong, but also be prepped for the next year. Because there's so many things you can do in these 3 months that you can still accomplish those goals and things that you had. And even if you're not able to do that, you're able to at least prep for the new year to have a good year. If you just chill these last 3 months, you're going to be in trouble when that 2025 come around, because now you're not even ready for that. You want to use this to get you repped up so you can have a spectacular new year, and also still try to finish those goals that you had, those things on your vision board that you want to cross off. So that's what I'm going to do today. Today I have 5 tips to help you change that mindset and get you ready to end the year strong and change your life in 3 months. If you're new here, my name is Jelan Abrams, and this is the Unknown and Talented podcast. So the first tip that I have for you is to change your environment. And I'm not saying to leave to do something drastic. This is just 3 months. So this is going to be a minor change that can actually help you. So the changing environment, I just mean changing your room. You're going to be in your room sleeping, or if you have an office, you're in that office. You want to change that because you've been going the whole year doing it a certain way, and that hasn't been working, because you wouldn't even have clicked on this video if you're not looking to change your life. So I would say just change your room, reorganize it. If you have your bed on one side, flip it to the other side. If you have a desk some way, flip it another way. You want to change that environment so you're actually seeing something different. Because when you are seeing something different, now you're moving differently. You're not just going to be comfortable in where you're at and doing the same thing that you've been doing. You want to change that up so now you feel like you're in another place and you're uncomfortable. And now once you're uncomfortable, we grow when we're uncomfortable. Uncomfortability leads to growth. And this is one thing that we want to make sure that we do. Another thing that I usually like to do, I usually like to have artwork up in my room. So I'll just, right now, my walls are totally blank. And that was something that I failed with in the first quarters of the year. I didn't actually decorate this room. So what I'm going to do myself, and I'm not even telling y'all stuff to do that I'm not doing, is I'm going to decorate my room. I'm going to have a bunch of different posters around my room, different colors, so I can feel different, because this is my creative space. Right now I'm in my office, and I want this office to feel great whenever I step in. So I want to make sure I have these colors and different like plants and different things, so I can have that vibe when I'm actually coming in my office. And that's the same thing I want y'all to do. If y'all don't have an office, y'all just have your bedroom, do it in your bedroom. Like, add some stuff to the wall, add some plants. Plants are great for oxygen and helps you sleep better as well. And if you don't want to buy real plants, get fake plants. Just make it look different, so you're not walking into the same exact space and staying into your same exact habits that's led you to not being able to reach your goals until this point. So the next thing, which probably should have been the first thing, is clean your room. If your room is a mess, you have things all over the place, that's going to be hard for you to focus. You have the paper, you have trash, you have clothes all over there. You just folded your clothes and you just have it sitting there. You want to make sure that the room is clean. You want to walk in somewhere like it feels like a hotel. You know, when you walk into that hotel, the bed is spread, nothing is all over the place, you feel good. If you walked in there and it was all messy and stuff all over the place, you have a problem. So you want to have that same mindset for your room. When you walk in and it's a mess, that should be a problem. That should be like, yo, we got to get this thing together. Y'all was so quick to call the hotels and like, yo, my room is a mess, y'all got to come clean it. But y'all don't want to put that same pressure on yourself. So put that pressure on yourself. If your room is a mess, clean it up. They have those carpet powders. I love it. Put in your carpet. It's going to make your room smell good. You want that good smell. You're walking in and it's just a great aroma. It's some place that you want to be in. And also buy a candle. Candles are amazing. I mean, it just makes it feel great. You ever went to a store and it just smells good and you just want to be in there forever? That's what you want to do with your room or your office. You want to be able to walk in and like, yo, I want to be in here for a long time. And if you have a space like an apartment or something that you don't really want to have candles all over the place, You can get a candle warmer. So if you're watching the visual podcast, this thing right here is my candle warmer. Basically, it slows down the burn of the candle. So you don't have to worry about any fire hazards or anything like that. You can legit put it anywhere. It's like $30 on Amazon. This ain't sponsored. I need to start getting stuff sponsored, but it's a great tool. It keeps it smelling good in here. The way it works is just a candle and it has the little light bulb and it burns the candle and it's a slower burn. So it's great. And that's what you want to do. You want to make sure the room you're entering in smells good. And the last thing, if you don't have already, have your vision board visible. And if you didn't make a vision board this year, make one now. Yes, I know it's for 3 months. 3 months is a long time. Make that vision board and put it on your wall somewhere that you can see. So not only when you walk in your room, the room is clean, the room smells good. Now you're going to have the goals and your dreams and aspirations visible. So now you know what you're actually working towards. You know why you're getting up every day to chase something because you're able to visually see it. The second tip to change your life in these next 3 months is to really focus on your health and wellness. I'm big into working out. I know a lot of people don't like working out, but it's very beneficial. It's first of all, it helps with stress. So if you're ever stressed out and you just want to relieve that stress, there's so many things that people do that's harmful to relieve stress. They might be into smoking, they might be into drinking, they might be up out late partying. Those things are not going to help you in the long run. Those things are going to harm your body, especially if you, as you age, smoking, drinking, that's not going to be great for your body. So something that's actually helpful is fitness, working out. And it's so many different types of working out. You don't have to only say, oh, I'm not going to the gym because I don't like the gym. It's so many other things. They have just lifting weights in general. They have running. They have bicycles. They have swimming. They have yoga, Pilates. I said yoga already, right? What else? What else? What else? Zumba they have those little dancing classes like hip hop dance to work out. There's so many different things to do and you're making the excuse that I don't want to work out. Or if you're a woman, I don't want to get bulky lifting weights. There's so many other things to do that you can still be active without actually having to lift weights. Lifting weights is great, to be honest with you, but you don't have to do that. You want to be able to use something that can relieve that stress, because with stress, you're not going to be able to change your life because you're going to be so worried about the things, that's stressing you out. When you're working out, that thing helps get more oxygen flowing through your body and all that stuff. And now you're in a different mindset. So definitely find something that you enjoy and do it. And it's gonna benefit you tremendously. Because whenever I'm stressed out, I'm going for a run. I'm going outside so I can just see different environments. My mind is just listening to music, just zoning out. And that's what I do. And it's definitely helped me because now instead of being stressed out, I'm running and now I'm just thinking about that run. When I get back in, I could think about that, but usually you don't even really think about it anymore. It still might be in the back of your mind, but you did something productive and now your body just feels better. Your body's not just sitting in the stress or sitting in the sadness or whatever you're going through. You're feeling the excitement of, accomplishing something. For example, I just had a buddy of mine that did a triathlon. That's a race with three different sports. So it's running, swimming, and cycling. And he did like the half Ironman. So the half Ironman is like 70.3 miles, which is insane. I'm not signing up for that. I'm not doing those 70 miles. That's crazy. But not to get off topic, but once he did it, he was just so happy that he accomplished something. And it was great. I was like, yo, that's fire. But it just shows that doing something like fitness wise or a physical activity, it gets you on like a high. So he was like on a sports high because he did the triathlon, and it was great. Some of y'all are chasing the bad highs that y'all don't need to be chasing. So just find something that you can actually use that's going to be something that's healthy to make you get that high that you're looking for. And another thing about working out is that it also helps your skin look better. So you're working out, you're usually going to be drinking water. More water you drink, the better your face is going to look. That's why they say, "Oh, you're glowing." I hate that word, by the way. But, "Oh, you're glowing," because you're being active and drinking water. That's how you get your skin to glow. So if you want to change your life and you're like, yo, my face looks crazy, do something physical and drink some water and you'll be right. And also depends on the stuff you eat as well. That's another thing I want to add as well. Eat stuff that are good for you. Don't be outside just eating pizza, burgers, and all these fried foods. You're going to be slow and sluggish. And now you're not going to have that energy to be able to accomplish anything. That's why you look at that vision board, you're like, man, these things are hard. I'm just tired. I want to sleep. Once you're physical and you're up and you're eating good foods that's actually going to give you energy and not take energy away from you, now you can be more productive with these things that you actually want to do. So stop making excuses. Find something that you can do. Like I said, working out. I got a whole list. I'm gonna say it again. Working out. We got the gym. We got running. We got yoga. We got swimming. We got cycling. We got Pilates. We got Zumba, hip hop classes. Find something in there that you enjoy to do and do it. And watch how much energy you have and watch how much stuff you can be able to get done because now you have more energy instead of just being a couch potato and watching TV all day. And the third thing you want to do to be able to change your life in 3 months is set goals. I set weekly goals. I set monthly goals. I set quarterly goals. I'm always setting goals because I have to find something to strive for. I'm not just going to be just living my day and just be going with the flow. That's not how things work. Every season of your life, you had goals that you needed to hit. So let's say, for example, in school, you had to get an A, and that was your goal. Your goals might have been to get a B. Your goal might have just been to pass, but you had some goal that you had accomplished once you were in school. And these goals are usually given by the teachers or the professors. When you're in work, you have goals as well. They want you to hit certain metrics for your job, and that is your goal that was given to you by your managers or your supervisors. In your life, you have to do the same thing. You have to set goals for yourself. You're the supervisor, you're the manager of your life. And you can't just be going around doing whatever because what are you going to accomplish? So make sure you set that goal. And like I said earlier, have that vision board that you can actually see it every day and break the goals down. Don't always think about it as the destination goal. So my goal is for this podcast to be huge. So that means I need a lot of listens. I need a lot of views on YouTube. I needed to get monetized. It's so many goals that I have for this podcast that it's easy just to set them and forget them. So I don't do my goals like that. So I have my goals, my destination goals of where I want to be, but I also have goals to get there. So these are going to be like actionable step goals. So for example, I want to make sure I want this podcast to be, blow up. Let's just say, for example, right now I'm at 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Let's say I want to get to 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. Okay, so that's my destination goals. But what can I do to make sure that I get to 5,000 other than just waiting and putting out videos? One thing I decided, I can be consistent. So I've been consistently putting out a video every single week to make sure that I'm consistent enough to be able to get to that 5,000. Because I think everybody always thinks about the goal, but they don't think about the steps to get there. You want to get 1 million subscribers on YouTube, you have no goal. You have to actually break that down. So that 5,000, I'm breaking it down and being consistent of doing this every single week. Okay, and how am I going to be consistently doing episodes every single week? I'm going to have to make sure I do research on topics that are going to be relevant to my audience or relevant to what people are looking for. So I have to take time to do research. I have to take time to write. I have to take time to edit. I have to take time to do so many things. Okay, so now how am I going to find that time to be able to do all these things so I can be consistent each week to get to that 5,000? Okay, I have to look at my time I have in my day. Okay, so what am I doing? Wake up early to be able to accomplish that. And then I have to work. And then after work, I have to get things done as well. So that 5,000 is not happening just by a hope and a wish. I'm breaking down my day. So right now I'm actually waking up at 4:30 in the morning and I'm writing, doing research for this podcast to blow. So I'm doing a lot more than just putting out episodes and just hoping something sticks. It's so much things behind the scenes to get there, but that's how you set your goals. You have that, okay, I want to get a raise. Okay, you want to get a raise. Okay, so what are you doing to get that raise? First of all, you got to make sure you're on time for work. If you're not on time for work, forget about it. You want to make sure you're on time every day. You're going to have to, of course, do extra stuff, find different things that around the job that you can do that's extra to get your name out there more. You want to make sure you're networking, you're talking to all the people in all these different departments or whatever department you want to be in, and to make sure you're applying for these jobs, making sure you have your resume updated. There's so many different steps you want to make sure that you have to be able to get to that goal. So you don't want to just set that goal and forget it. So set the goal and then make goals for yourself that are actionable steps that you have to do consistently to be able to reach that final destination goal. So the next thing you want to do, you want to feed your mind. So you want to feed your mind with positivity, motivation, and inspiration. You don't want to feed your mind trash. Your mind is what's going to help you change your life. Your mind is what's going to help you become unrecognizable to your peers. You're going to become a whole different person by having the first mindset right. Right now, you're on a great start. You're watching me. You're watching something that's going to motivate you, inspire you, and actually give you actionable steps to change your life. This is a great start. But after you watch this, don't go to scrolling on Instagram, scrolling on TikTok. That's feeding your mind trash. That's not going to help you accomplish those goals of that vision board that you have that you're staring at. That's not going to help you do that. Watching on Netflix all day, Hulu, Disney Plus, whatever you're watching sports all day. Oh man, did you see the game last night? No, I didn't see the game last night because I don't have time to do that. I'm not going to be feeding my mind just trash, just things just to get through the day. I want to make sure I'm feeding my mind positivity. So my top ones are going to be podcasts, audiobooks, books, and they also have events. So you can actually find events in your city to get around people that are like-minded. So they might have, people that are into real estate, people that are into entrepreneurship. They might have people that are chefs or artists. And now you're getting around those people that's actually going to be feeding your mind with, things that are going to inspire you or to actually give you advice on how to grow into what you want to become. That might be your vision is to start a restaurant. So they're going to have people that are chefs and that actually experience, different things in these little groups. Or you want to be a real estate agent. They're going to have real estate agent groups where people that's probably 10 years of experience are there to actually show you the ropes or actually tell you what's going on. But you want to also find people that have done stuff that you've done, and you want to be able to have them around you to be able to feed your mind. So usually what I do, I just honestly listen to podcasts. That's probably the only thing I really do because I don't really have time to go out. I don't have time after work. I get up basically 7 o'clock. I got to get to bed because I wake up at 4:30. So my main thing was just to listen to the people that actually inspire me. I think about Eric Thomas. It inspires me all the time. He's super motivational, and I just listen to their podcasts all the time, and that helps me get in the right mindset, not making excuses, and actually trying to get those goals. So I love listening to their podcasts, and that actually helps me a ton. So I'm not able to be in their physical presence, but they're with me all the time because I'm listening to them more and more as I can. And another thing that I also do, I listen to sermons. So one of the pastors that I like to listen to is Rob Madu. He's a part of Social Dallas. So if you're in the Dallas area, check him out. But it's definitely want to feed your mind, positivity, and especially, listening to different pastors actually are giving you teachers, because we all have to get closer to God some kind of way. So I make sure that, if I have a long drive and I don't feel like listening to one of the podcasts, I'm going to put that on because I just know it's still something positive for my mental to be able to move in this negative world we live in. So making sure you find something that you're feeding your mind positivity and motivation and inspiration so you can actually be able to get through this things, because it's going to be hard. Like I said, this is 3 months of extreme focus. You want to make sure that that mind is very strong, because it's going to be hard to say, man, things ain't working out. You got to be extremely focused. And like I said, listening to those things and, watching those things, surrounding yourself with people is going to be able to help you get in that mindset to be able to accomplish these goals. And the last thing, which honestly should have been number one to me, If you're not a Biggie fan, you're not gonna get that one. So I'm gonna keep it moving. Um, but the last thing is to break your bad habits. So the only way to actually change your life and become this new person in this small period of time is to break those habits, those things that actually hold you back. One thing for me is procrastination. Procrastination is the death of motivation, the death of a lot of things, the death of being successful because you're not doing what you have to do. And that's something that I battle with all the time is that I'm always finding something else to do that I shouldn't be doing. So pretty much for me, instead of actually coming here recording this podcast, this thing, I don't know if you noticed, I've been talking off the dome most of the time. I have my little thing of notes, but I've basically been talking off the dome because what I've been doing is actually trying to write out a full script and get this podcast good for you so I know exactly what I want to say ahead of time. And I realized that that just increased my procrastination because now instead of saying, "Oh, I have all my points, let's turn the camera on and record," oh, it's not ready. I got to make sure I get this part right. Oh, I don't like the way I said that. Let me switch this. And it kind of just prolongs me recording this. Now I had these notes. I probably wrote them down 2 days ago. I had all my main points. I had the 4 or 5 reasons of how to change your life. And I just recorded this. And I feel like it's pretty good so far. I feel like it's really good actually. So if y'all listening to it and y'all thinking I'm doing a great job, leave it in the comments. Like, let me know how I'm doing. People, that's what people got to make sure. I know this is off track of what I'm talking about, but actually show some love sometimes. Be like, yo, you spent some games. So leave that in the comments. But that's something that I realized I had to get rid of because if I'm procrastinating, this episode never comes out. And my goal is to put an episode out every single week. So the more I'm procrastinating, I'm not going to be able to reach my goal. So break that bad habit. Find those habits that are not helping you reach those goals and break them. And if you're having a hard time finding out what those bad habits are, find an accountability partner. Find somebody that's close to you that's not going to lie and just be like, do I have any bad habits? Like, what do you think my bad habits are? And actually listen to them. Don't be like, oh man, nah, that's not me. No, I'm not late. I won't be late for stuff. No, no. No, listen to them and break those bad habits because those are going to be the things that are going to be stopping you from changing your life. Because if you take these bad habits into these next 3 months, you're not going to be able to accomplish what you want because these bad habits are the things that are going to be stopping you. So one habit that I actually was able to X out that can actually help you as well is the use of your phone. We use the phone too much. You know you use your phone way too much than you should. So I actually found this thing. I don't know if it's on Android, but it's on Apple where you can actually view your screen time and you can actually set downtime. So you can actually set time that you're like, yo, I cannot use my phone in this period of time. So if you know you want to be super focused throughout a certain time of the day, set that downtime that you can't use your social media. Actually, everything is blocked on my phone. You can't even call me. I tell my people, if it's an emergency, call the cops. Don't call me because I might not be available. But but set that downtime of when you want to be extremely focused so you're not easily distracted to just jump on your phone. So pretty much what I set my downtime for, I set it for 9 o'clock at night. So this is to make sure I go to bed at a good decent time. So I'm able to wake up at 4:30. So I set it for 9 o'clock, and then I'm not able to use my phone until 7 o'clock the next day because my bad habit was being up late, texting, social media, laughing, TikTok, and all this stuff. And then the minute I wake up early in the morning, my first thing I did was get my phone, see if I have any notifications, see if anybody hit me up on TikTok or anything like that. And it's like, this is the time you need to be focused. If I'm waking up at 4:30, if I'm focused from 4:30 to 7, doing all my research for this podcast, working out, now I can have a productive day. Like I can always use my stuff throughout the day, but that time that I set to wake up early is that time needs to be super productive because that's the time that's going to change my life. That 4:30 to 7 o'clock, that little bit of time in my day focus is going to change my entire life. And that's what y'all want to do as well. Y'all want to change your entire life. So set those parameters of not using that phone and be productive, super productive, laser focus in that time. Tell your people they need you, you're not available. and do what you have to do, because you don't want to be distracted by them, because this is your life you're trying to change. You're not changing Bobby's life, Samantha's life. You're not changing their life. You're changing your life. So set those parameters in place and be laser focused. So those are the 5 things that's going to help you change your life to make you become unrecognizable, being someone completely different. So if y'all need a little reminder, the first one is going to be change your environment. Clean your room, reorganize it, put some plants, candles, make it smell good, make it feel like you're in a resort or a hotel every time you walk in your room. The next thing you want to do is focus on your health, making sure you're working out, making sure you're eating healthy, making sure you're drinking your water to make sure you have that energy to do the things you want to do. The third thing is set goals, making sure that the goals that you set is not just, I want $1 million. Break down those goals of things that you have to do for that goal to come true. Fourth thing is feed your mind with positivity, motivation, inspiration. Read books, podcasts, audiobooks. Go to different events so you can find like-minded people, so you're actually immersed in this life that you actually want to get. And the last thing is to break those bad habits. Anything that you can think of that's holding you back, or things that you're constantly doing that you know are not positive, cut those things out. Get an accountability partner that can actually help you stay the course. And I'm telling you, these 3 months is going to be the best 3 months of your life. Get it right, and you're going to be, like I said, unrecognizable. So again, my name is Jelan Abrams. This is the Unknown and Talented podcast. Make sure y'all make sure y'all subscribe, leave a comment on what exactly you're going to do to actually change your life. And make sure you share with a friend. If you feel like you don't want to do this alone and you want to find someone that's actually in this with you, send this video, send this podcast to your friend, and let them know that, yo, this 3 months, we going to change. And now y'all can do it together. So again, hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm Jelan Abrams, and I'll see you next week.